Hello and welcome back to Soul Rising Yoga. In today's Yin Yoga practice, we'll dive into the art of practicing presence and observation. I'll be sharing insights to guide you into a deeper awareness of what's happening right now within your mind and your body. We'll begin today's class gently coming down onto our back. Just allow the knees to gently drop from side to side, releasing any tension in the lower back. Start to slowly deepen the breath. Allowing yourself to settle into this space and land into your body. From here, we'll slowly transition into our Supta Baddha Konasana. So bring the soles of the feet together, allowing the knees to fall open and out to the side. You can rest your hands on your belly, by your side with the palms open, wherever feels most comfortable. Just start to notice the rhythm of your breath. Any sensations within the body. Noticing the rise and the fall of the belly. Observing how the breath flows in and out. Coming into this present moment, into the here and the now. And using our breath and our awareness as a tool to come into this moment. Just start to notice the thoughts that arise without judgment as you settle into stillness. From here, we'll bring the knees back into center, continuing to observe the natural flow of the breath and staying with this sense of peace and inner calm. And slowly make your way up into a seated position. You can bring the soles of the feet together, allowing for a relaxed and long spine. Take a deep breath in, fill the lungs with air, and as you exhale, gently forward fold, allowing your back to round, relaxing the head and the shoulders, keeping your awareness inwards, within the space of the heart and the mind, staying connected to the breath. As we do become more aware of our thoughts and our emotions throughout this practice, we might notice the thoughts and feelings that come up more often. We may discover that we spend a lot of time watering weeds, thoughts of fear, anxiety, worry, frustration, when we have the power and control to nurture positive and loving thoughts in any moment. So I invite you to breathe into your heart space loving, kind and positive feelings. With each breath in, you can say, I breathe in love and peace. Whatever resonates with you today, breathe that loving and positive feeling directly into your heart space. And then as you exhale, you can send this out into your energy, into the world, maybe even to somebody that you love, to share this positive and loving energy with them too. Just staying with this breath of love and gratitude. Become aware of how it changes the state of your being, of how you're feeling within your mind and your body. When you drop out of the mind and into the heart space, we enter into a state of coherence more easily. So that connects our mind, our heart, and our nervous system to synchronize and work together harmoniously. We'll stay rested in this pose for just a couple more minutes. Start to slowly rise up with the head and the chest, keeping the eyes closed down. From here we'll journey into our half butterfly pose. So extending one leg out to the corner of the mat and bending the opposite knee and bringing the sole of the foot inside of the inner thigh. Take a nice deep breath in as you lengthen the spine, and as you exhale, walk the hands forward, just allowing the head and the shoulders to hang softly, trying to surrender deeper into this pose with every exhale, and breathing through any discomfort that you might be feeling. settling into stillness within the mind and the body. Just imagine your breath as water, nourishing and watering the seeds of positivity, joy, and gratitude that you've planted within your mind today. Keep your awareness on this nourishing and loving breath. Feel how it's flowing throughout your entire body, down to every cell. On the next breath in, you can rise up to seated and switching over to the other side, extending the opposite leg out to the corner of the mat. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, walk the hands forward. You can come to rest on the hands, the forearms, maybe grounding the forehead into the palms. Wherever you feel most comfortable, and most importantly, wherever you're feeling the stretch, releasing tension and tightness with every exhale, going deeper into the hips, releasing any stored emotions or emotional baggage that you might be holding on to, and using the breath as a tool to help release this. You can also extend the arms out in front by walking the hands forward, feeling a nice stretch through the shoulders, the upper back, and the side of the body. On the next breath in, walk the hands up to seated, lifting the chest and the head. And from here we'll journey into our wide-legged forward fold. So you can open your legs wide into a straddle position. Just taking your time to arrive here, there's no rush. You can slightly bring the weight forward, coming to sit onto the sit bones. Take a nice deep breath in to settle into this posture, and exhale out. you're ready, you can slowly walk your hands forward. You can allow the back to slightly round, just coming as far down as you comfortably can. Feeling that beautiful stretch between the inner thighs. I invite you to use the breath as a tool to release any tension and anxiety. So with every breath out, you can mentally say, I let go of all tension and anxiety. Breathe this out into the earth to be transmuted. Letting go of the thoughts and feelings that no longer serve you, and surrendering into the pose. By letting go, we create space for healing and growth. We'll now stay in these next poses in total stillness, without the guidance of my voice, just observing the present moment, your breath, your heart, your thoughts, and the sensations within the body. Just noticing from the space of awareness that you are. On the next breath in, walk the hands back to center, lifting the head and the chest. Just embracing stillness for a moment, settling into your seat. Then you can bring the feet wider than the hips. Begin to take some windshield wipers, so dropping both knees to the same side of the mat, releasing any tension in the lower back, opening the hips. Just let your knees sway side to side to release the hips and the lower back. And then we'll journey over into our resting child's pose. Bring your big toes to touch and the knees as wide as the mat. Send the hips back towards the heels and allow the chest and the forehead to sink down into the earth. You can choose to stay here if this feels good for you, or you can bring the knees in together, bringing the arms beside the body, next to the legs, palms facing upwards. You may find this a more restful and restorative child's pose. Just take whichever your body feels most comfort and at ease today. The pose that allows you to surrender the most. If your thoughts start to wander, just observe them and then bring your awareness back to the breath. when you're ready, you can slowly start to walk the hands back towards the knees, lifting the chest and the head upwards. And we'll come to journey into our frog pose, coming onto the hands and knees and spreading your knees as far as you comfortably can. You can also rest your chest on a pillow if needed, but the wider the knees, the more you will feel this stretch in the inner thigh. It's a beautiful hip opener and helps release tension in the lower back. So just try and breathe through any discomfort, releasing any tension, stiffness and tightness that might be held or stored deeply in the muscles and the tissues of the body. So just breathe deeply here and stay with the breath. On the next breath in, start to walk the hands back to center, making your way up. And then we'll journey into our puppy pose, our melting heart posture. So bringing the knees under the hips, start to walk the hands forward, leading down with the heart, allowing the heart and the chest to melt into the mat. You can come to rest on the forehead. If you want to go deeper into this posture, you can come down onto the chin. Wherever you're feeling that opening and flexion within the spine, just breathing deeply down to the base of the spine, into the rib cage, feeling that beautiful contact between your heart and Mother Earth. Continuing to breathe in and out of this space. And when you're ready, you can bring the palms back in just under the shoulders, rounding through every vertebra of your spine to counter pose. And then come to send the hips back to child's pose. Just ground the forehead into the mat, staying connected to the breath. You can also bring the forehead in towards the knees, feeling a nice release and open within the neck. And then come to plant the palms down, make your way up to a seated position, coming into our Vajrasana, so just sitting back on the heels, finding a long and relaxed spine, keeping your awareness inwards and staying with a nice, long, steady breath. And then we'll come to tuck the toes underneath and sit back for a gentle toe stretch. You can place the palms over the thighs. Just stay here for as long as you comfortably can. If at all it gets too intense, you can untuck the toes and make your way back into Vajrasana. Try and breathe through any discomfort with the breath. Try to push past any limitations within the mind that is telling you you're not able to push through something, using the breath as a tool. And then we'll journey into our sleeping swan. So from hands and knees, we'll bring the right leg forward just behind the right wrist, extending the opposite leg back. As you breathe in, lengthen the spine, and as you exhale, resting over the front leg, leading down with the heart, grounding the forehead into the mat or the palms, whichever feels most comfortable. Chest and rib cage to sink down towards the earth. Another pretty intense posture that gives a spicy burn within the hips, so overcoming any mental limitation that your mind tells you that you're not capable of pushing through, building that mental resilience and strength both on and off the mat. On the next breath in, start to walk the hands inwards, rising upwards with the chest. Tuck the back toe and bring the front knee back inwards to find our tabletop position. Just realign the spine, and when you're ready, stepping forward in front with the left leg, aligning the knee just behind the left wrist, extending the right leg backwards. Take a nice deep breath in, lengthen the spine, open the heart space. You can choose to stay here if this feels enough for you, if you want to go that little bit deeper in this posture. As you exhale, start to lead down with the heart, grounding the forehead into the mat. Chest and rib cage to sink down towards the earth. Breathing deeply into any areas where you're feeling that burn, tightness or stiffness. But do listen to your body. If at any point it starts to become painful, then just come out of the pose and find a child's pose. Nice, long, steady breaths here. On the next breath in, walk the hands inwards, rising up with the chest, and journey over to bring both legs extended out together. As you breathe in, lift and lengthen the spine very gently, and as you exhale, allow the chest and the heart to lead down towards the legs as far as you comfortably can. Just relaxing deeply in this seated forward fold. If you need to keep a little bend in the knees here, just listen to your body. Just allow the spine and the neck to slightly round, head hanging softly, arms wherever feels most comfortable. With each exhale, try to go that little bit deeper into the forward fold, which allows you to deeply relax and surrender. the next breath in, rising upwards with the chest. And slowly make your way down onto your back. Just take a moment here to neutralize the spine. And then we'll journey over into our happy baby. So holding the outer edges of each foot, trying to draw the knees down towards the earth. You can gently sway from side to side, giving a nice massage to the lower back and the pelvis. Finding any intuitive movement that your body needs. You can also sway with your head from side to side. Giving a nice gentle release in the neck. When you're ready, you can release the palms from the feet. Extend the legs down, neutralizing the spine. And then bring the feet back in close towards the hips. Take a nice deep breath in. Allow both knees to fall to one side of the mat, twisting at the spine. Gazing over the opposite shoulder. Breathing in, bring the knees back to center. And as you exhale, allow them to fall over to the opposite side. Gazing over the left shoulder. Feeling this beautiful gentle twist at the spine. And then bring the knees back into center. Extending both of the feet to each corners of the mat. Your arms resting beside the body, palms shining upwards. And allow your body to completely surrender and relax. Just allowing your body, your mind and your soul to absorb all the beautiful benefits of this practice. Thank you so much for sharing your practice here with me today. Remember that the art of presence and observation is a gift that you can carry off of the mat and into your daily life. So keep nurturing your inner garden, and may peace and joy blossom within you. Thank thank you so much for joining me here today, and I'll see you next time. Namaste.